I want to welcome everyone to this morning's Economic Opportunity Subcommittee hearing, where we're addressing supporting servicewomen in their transition from military to civilian life. I especially want to welcome our witnesses from Lady Veterans Connect and Women's Veterans Interactive, each of whom are testifying for the first time. I appreciate your dedication to women veterans and look forward to hearing about your expertise in helping them address the many challenges that come with the transition process. While the need to support transitioning veterans has existed in some capacity since the colonial times, the Military Transition Assistance Program, as we know it, wasn't established until 1991. Around this time, there was an identified need to help ease the transition to civilian life of those who had been involuntarily separated due to force structure drawdowns of the 1980s. So Congress passed TAP as part of the National Defense Authorization Act. Well, my intent is not to give a history lesson. I want to highlight the fact that the government established the Transition Assistance Program after identifying an emerging trend of veterans struggling to transition. This effort to aid transitioning service members in a way that complements emerging challenges and trends must continue. It's about time we dedicate our efforts to support the fastest growing veteran population, and that is women. Though they don't always receive the recognition they deserve, women have served alongside men in all of our nation's wars. A notable example is Deborah Sampson, who disguised herself as a man in order to serve during the American Revolution. Women are committed to serve, and their drive to serve their country can be seen in the data that reflects their increased participation in all branches of the military. Although not allowed to serve until 1948, 3 years after World War II ended, it's believed that 25,000 women served in World War I and 319,000 served in World War II, or approximately 2.1% of the military population. By 2018, 16.5% of our uniformed fighting force was comprised of women. Despite the history of women's service and trends that indicate an increase of women serving their country, we as a government have continually lagged behind in addressing their unique needs. For example, the government didn't have the authority to provide gender-specific services and programs for women veterans until the passing of the Veteran Health Care Act of 1992. Even if we only account for the time women were officially allowed to serve in the military, it took 44 years to establish a gender-specific program. The good news is we're catching up. This includes the establishment of VA's Center for Women Veterans in 1994, Women's Health Program Office in 1997, and the Women's Health Transition Training in 2018. But our work must not stop here. Just as the challenges that transitioning servicewomen and women veterans face are ever evolving, we too must continue to evolve in our efforts to meet the unique needs of women veterans. Addressing these needs requires playing a more proactive role in getting ahead of the emerging challenges, helping our future veterans before they transition, and continually improving transition resources. So today we'll discuss programs that help servicewomen prepare for transition while they're still serving, facilitate the transition from military to civilian life, and support women veterans who have already transitioned. Local and national service organizations that help servicewomen and women veterans through this transition will provide their expertise and discuss what they're seeing in real time on the ground. We'll also hear from 3 federal agencies: the Department of Defense, the Department of Labor, Veterans Employment and Training Service, and the Department of Veterans Affairs, which run the Transition Assistance Program and provide other supports to servicewomen throughout the transition process. I hope to hear today about how they're using the current TAP program to collect data and identify emerging trends regarding the issues all transitioning service members, but especially women, are facing. We'll also discuss what's being done to ensure the government is at the forefront of supporting transitioning servicewomen with the emerging challenges they uniquely face. I look forward to hearing how the agencies plan to continually update TAP and other programs to address these challenges and take a proactive role in preparing servicewomen for life after the military. All service members will eventually become veterans, so it's our responsibility to ensure they are best prepared for this transition.